Good morning, Internet. This is the Old Fat Dad, and let me show you what I got for you today. Today we're going to be testing out CCI's Segmented Hollow Point Minimags. These are 40 grain bullets. They're going 1,235 feet per second, and we are going to be shooting them out of the CZ455 with the Mueller Eradicator 8.5 by 25 scope. And if you look over here-ish, you will see a card that'll show you the comparison ammo. First test is going to be shooting at 50 yards to see what kind of groupings we get with this ammo. Let's take a look at the results of our 50-yard groups with the CCI Minimag Segmented Hollow Point. First group is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's a nice tight group for a high velocity round. Probably an inch, maybe just shy of an inch. Okay, here's the second group we shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's actually 2 up there, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this group was much bigger than the first group. Looks like we almost doubled the size. So I shot a third group to see if there was something going on there. And these guys were pretty tight. Not as tight as that first group, but we got 4 of them pretty close together. 3 that are really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So some interesting results from the CCI Minimag Hollow Point. It looks like it has the potential to be a pretty accurate round. And I'm curious to find out whether this is the result of my shooting or whether it's inconsistent ammo. Now for my favorite part, the redneck ballistic testing. In front of us we have our 3 targets. First up is the plinking target, the reactive target. And today we have some premier protein shakes that I already drank and then refilled with water. We'll see how the bullet does when it hits that bad boy. We get a little hole, or does it blow it up spectacularly? Next up is our dog food. It's our small game simulator. We got our thin but tough metal skin with a delicious meaty interior. It'll give us a good idea what the bullet in question will do against a squirrel or a raccoon, whatever your particular flavor of hunting animal is. And finally, the ballistic modeling clay. And this is just to get a permanent record of what our bullet does against a soft target. Today is pretty hot, very humid, but I'll be keeping that clay inside the car, so it should be a nice cool 70 degrees. Let's take a peek at the results of our redneck ballistic test. First up, the reactive target, the protein shake jug thingy. CCI Minimag Segmented did a number on that bad boy. This poor old thing got tore up pretty good, totally destroyed. Next up is our small game simulator, the dog food. There's a little hole where it went in. Tore a nice big hole out the back. In some of the other segmented tests I've done, we could see a definite 3-hole exit where the segmented bullets separated. It's not really obvious that they did that here. I can kind of tell that here, and here there are points where it looks like that bullet split apart and pushed out. But definitely good results with the dog food. And finally, we've got our clay target. I hit it twice because I had a glancing shot right here, but actually I kind of like this now that I'm looking at it. The bullet definitely separated here. We can see all the different parts where we had shards going out. Here's a little shard right there actually. It did what it's supposed to do. It didn't penetrate very far, but you wouldn't expect it to when it blows up like that. But it opened up a nice hole in that clay. The second shot, right here, hit all meat there. We didn't get any blowouts there. I'm going to open it up here and see what it looks like a little bit. And yeah, that looks pretty good too. Again, you can see the petals are going off into their respective directions once it hits, and I can show you there's a petal right there. I can't see any of the other ones, but if I dug around there, I bet you could find them. Let me get my knife and see what I can do. So here are the bullet fragments from the CCI Minimag Segmented. Pretty interesting difference between what I've seen and the other segmented ammo that CCI offers. These broke up into tiny little pieces, and I'm sure it would do a number on anything it hit, but it's different from the other CCI segmented ammo that I've tested in the past, which left behind a well-defined 3 segmented pieces. There was no fragmenting like you see here. This actually looks a lot more like the Browning ammo that I tested that was their segmented version. And I'll link to the other segmented tests I've done so you can see if you're interested what the difference is. My final thoughts on this CCI Minimag Segmented Hollow Point. It seems to be a pretty good ammo. I got at least 1 really good group at 50 yards and 2 that were okay. In the redneck ballistic testing, I could see that it was doing a ton of damage and not penetrating very far, which I think would make it a good ammo for hunting if you weren't planning on eating what you were shooting. Otherwise, I think you'd run the risk of biting down on some tiny little pieces that were left behind by the bullet. For a plinking ammo, it seems to be pretty good. Right now, the price for the segmented version is on par with the price for the standard hollow point, so you're not going to be spending a premium. If you already like shooting the Minimag hollow points, you can get these and not be hurting your wallet at all. And it'll definitely give you spectacular results on a pop can or anything filled with water for sure. So I would say a good ammo for anything except for hunting something that you wanted to eat in the end. And that concludes the test of our CCI Segmented Minimags. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. It is so hot and humid today. Bye.